am so late filming this today, so I am hoping I will get through this entire video without losing all the daylight. So if I talk really fast, that is the reason why. Today is Monday. I was actually supposed to post this video earlier yesterday I was supposed to post this video. But I have been at the Stockholm Sewing and Crafts Festival all weekend, and I did intend to try to film a knitting podcast, a knitcast, somewhere in between everything that was going on there. But every time I had like a quiet moment, I was exhausted. It was not happening. It was not happening. So I'm recording this today. Hopefully, today's Monday. Hopefully I will be able to post this later tonight for you guys. So yeah, I'm kind of coming down from I'm on a post-festival kind of thing today, funk today, and things are going slow. I'm still feeling kind of parched, and I need to add more fluid into my body. It feels like my skin and my lips are kind of cracking up because I feel just so dry after having spent 3 whole days in that huge hallway and the AC systems and all the things that they've got there. So I'm trying to recover myself from all of that, and also just coming down from the high that it is to be in that kind of environment with all the creative people and all the yarns and all the fabrics and everything, and all the visitors that are coming there, and you know, you just talking and smiling and laughing and having fun for hours all day. So I'm on a kind of a post-festival funk today, trying to get stuff organized, it's a mess everywhere in here. My entire hallway and my entire living room is just full of yarns and stuff from my booth and everything. I haven't even started on getting everything organized at home yet. But I will do that later. After shooting this video and editing it, I will be doing some inventory and get my stuff organized again, and hopefully by tomorrow I will be somewhat back to my regular schedule again. So, I will be talking a lot about the festival in this video, yeah, there will be a lot of festival in this video. But first of all, let's start with what I'm wearing, because I know I'm going to get questions about it. This is the Flax Light sweater by Tin Can Knits, which I made, you see, it's different kind of types of stripes, and I made mine in the Drops Merino, Baby Merino yarn. And I wanted to wear this today. This is one of my favorite garments. I actually made it very long, so it's almost like a short dress, and I wear it with tights. It's very nice and comfortable. It's perfect for a day like this when you're just trying to recover from like a whole festival. Then I looked in the mirror and I realized that the color has been bleeding. I didn't really notice before, but when I started thinking about it, I realized that this sweater has been changing color for a lot lately. I made this more than a year ago, a year and a half ago I think. And it's white and it's colored stripes. And through the first washes, there was no problem to, you know, maintain the color of the garment. But these past few months, the dark blue has started to bleed, which is so odd to me. I never had that experience before. Usually when a color starts to bleed, it happens in the beginning when you're washing it, but it didn't then. But now it did, and I didn't change the detergent or anything like that. It's the same thing I've always used. And still it's bleeding now, so now it's just, it looks horrible. This is not something I can wear anywhere but home. So I was going to change and put on something nicer for you guys, but then I realized that, you know what, why don't I tell you about it instead and show you what happens, so that you know. So if you're doing a project in Drops Baby Merino and you want to do something with white and dark blue that you intend to machine wash, you might want to reconsider about that and just do a single color instead. But at the same time, it has maintained its color. It's not, the dark blue is still very much dark blue. It hasn't become lighter. It just bleeds. Can you see here? This looks like, I don't know if you can tell. This was supposed to be bright white, and it's very much not bright white anymore. So I don't know what happened. It looks like it's dirty, but it's not. It's the color that's bleeding for some reason. And it seems to be only the dark blue that does that. All the pink, that's also very bright. That's kind of, it's the same color. Actually, come to think, I don't know. Was that baby marine? I might have been using a different yarn for that. But anyway, it's only the dark blue that is bleeding color. So, slightly annoying, but a heads up if you are going to work with that yarn and combine it with lighter colors, that you might want to only hand wash it in cold water to avoid the bleeding. Because I have no idea how this happened. I did not do anything to, like I said, I didn't change the detergent or anything. It's the same thing I've always used, and it's starting to bleed now, the past 2 or 3 months or so. While I've been wearing it for like a year prior to that. So very, very odd. But there you have it. Okay then, let's continue with a couple of the things that I have been working on this past week. There hasn't been a lot of downtime during the past week for just sitting down and knitting and you know, just enjoying myself. It's more been something that I've been doing in between, or when I had tasks that I could combine it with knitting. So the knitting content of this week will be a lot less than it usually is, and much because I did spend a lot of time before the weekend preparing for this festival, and I had yarns I need to wind up and to label and all that stuff. So a bit less knitting this week, but still some. And one of the projects that I have been working on is this hat. This is, I remember I got sent a box of yarns from Biolana, of Biolana from Lana Mondial. And I've been test knitting, you know, trying to figure out how it works up, and what I want to do and how I want to make it. And one of the things I have done with those yarns that I got is to make a hat. Nothing really difficult or particular with this one. Very happy with the decreases at the top though. I don't know if you can see those. Let me do it. Can you see that? Very happy with those. Yeah, and it's kind of a, you can wear it with the brim folded, more like a regular hat. I'm not going to try it on because my hair has its will of its own these days. Or you can just wear it brimmed down and have it more of a slouchy hat. Now this one hasn't been blocked yet because I actually knit. Last week I did a lot of the ribbing on this, but the majority of the hat I have knitted on the festival while vending, actually, in between when it was a more quiet patch every now and then. So I've been working on that there, and I didn't want to block it in the hotel room, so I thought I would just bring it home instead and block it here. So I'll probably make a pattern for this. No, I will make a pattern for this shortly, but all of the technicalities are kind of still, they only live in my head. I didn't make any notes. So to make sure I get everything right, I have cast on a second one in a different color so that I can make notes along the way and make sure I remember everything correctly. So I will be making another one in dark blue and with these yarns, some white and some very, very light pink, and this emerald green one that I also love. So there will be another hat coming up. It would probably be ready this week, I think. So that pattern should be out very soon. Yeah, so I worked a lot on that, and speaking of patterns, let's go there for a minute. Something that I have decided, or that I have realized, is that my pattern seems to be quite popular with people. A lot of people like what I do, and I have a lot of patterns that I haven't had the opportunity to release yet. So I have decided I am going to be more, let's call it persistent, maybe. I am going to make more of an effort to get all these patterns out, and all the pattern ideas that I have in my head are, I'm going to focus more on that to get that done and to get those out there for you, because I really do enjoy making these patterns as well. And it's kind of, I don't know, I kind of keep pushing off actually finishing the pattern, the written part of the pattern, for some reason, because I tend to think that, oh, this is more important or that is more important. But I'm going to pull myself together and get better at that and actually get the patterns out to you. And speaking of that, I did also work on a different project that you have already seen, which are the socks that I'm making for my friend. I really need to block these and get them done. I really love this color, it's awesome. I have actually made the second sock up to, I'm ready to do the heel now on these. So that's something I've been working on as well while at the festival, in between, and you know, a little bit in the evenings when I had a few moments before just crashing into bed and you know, falling into a coma basically. It's been exhausting, but it's been amazing. A lot of fun. So yeah, that's it for knitting actually. I have a couple of other things that I just, you know, made a very small dents in, and that I'm not going to show you today because it's really not much to show yet. So I will bring that next time for the next podcast. So why don't we just step into Stashquisitions, as, I don't know, who says that? Woolenvine? I think it's Kristen who says that. Stashquisitions. I have a trouble with that word. And the thing is, I actually only bought one thing. No, actually I bought two things. This is what I bought at the festival. This is the only thing I bought. This is it's effect yarns, with kind of a, I don't know, it's hard to show you actually. But you knit this with other yarns, and I have some ideas that I am going to use these for. So I got one in the light grey and one in the beige. Because we're now in late February, or yeah, well, late February basically, and I'm starting to feel spring now. We have the snow is melting a lot. It's very early, even here, but I'm starting to feel spring now, and I am kind of getting inspired to get into spring and summer pattern makings, and I have a few ideas for that I thought I would get going on now, which also involves these ones. Some bright, sparkly, summery, spring and summery things. So that will be coming up in the near future, I think. Hopefully, we'll see. I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a lot of patterns to finish, and but yes, as soon as possible, I will be kind of starting to sneak in the spring and summer patterns for 2019 as well. I feel like I'm kind of stumbling over my words today. I hope you'll bear with me. I'm a bit, you know, exhausted from the weekend, so my brain is kind of jumbled up at the moment. But there's one more yarny thing I would like to show you from this weekend, because there was another vendor there from, I think they're from Turkey. It's a company called Earth Yarns. And they had the most amazing colors, and you know me, I do love my colors. And I just gotta show you. I came home with these. Oh, I'm sorry. So, I came home with these beauties. Aren't they gorgeous? This is from their monochrome series, and it is hand-dyed fingering weight merino. And what happened was I started talking to the guys there vending and having brought these yarns. They have this amazing shawl in their booth. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I just kind of said that, oh, I would love to design something in this. And, you know, not thinking twice about what I actually said, and he just immediately said, oh, you're a designer. Yes, and I told him where my booth was, and it, you know, he could see some of my stuff, and he said, oh, you want to design something for us? Yes, I do. So he graciously gifted me these skeins, and I am going to design a shawl for them. In that I have quite a few ideas for this, and I really look forward to working with this yarn. And looking at it, these are hand-dyed yarns, and looking at them, these ones in particular, I am wondering if they are possibly using a similar method to the one I am using, because I do kind of, I feel like it's a similar results that I get when I make my hand-dyed yarns. So that's kind of fun. And this one, I just totally fell in love with this one. Do you see all these colors? Do you see that turquoise? I love turquoise. It's my favorite color of all time. And this combination is just so stunning. So I can't wait to get started on that and make something fun out of that. And I've been wanting to make a shawl pattern for the longest time also, so this was just absolutely perfect. And I don't mind, I do design a lot for other companies. I'm going to make a design for Lana Mondial. I will be doing this design for Youth Yarns, and yeah, so if you're a indie dyer or a yarn company that would like to have some new designs, feel free to drop me an email or just send me a message, and we could probably work something out. So I love doing that. I really look forward to getting started on that project as well. And I also have a lot of new designs in my own yarns in mind as well, because up till now I didn't start professionally dyeing yarns until like June of last year, really. So I'm a fairly new business when it comes to that part. I've been making patterns and all those kind of things for many years, but the yarn dyeing part is it's a very recent thing. So I haven't really had the time yet to make a lot of designs in my own yarns. So that's something I'm also going to prioritize this year. And I have a few really cool ideas in mind that I can't explain. I need to put it in, make some drawings and some sketches and stuff, and then I can show you and tell you a bit about my ideas and what I'm planning on making, because I don't mind sharing things like that before they are actually finished. I don't know, a lot of people do want to keep these things a secret and not tell anyone what they're planning on making, and you know, have a big release and a big premiere. But I enjoy also sharing the process, and you know, this is the yarn I want to make something in, and I want to do this pattern, and this would be fun, because I don't feel that, I don't know, I guess maybe they are scared that someone else will steal their pattern or their pattern idea or something, but I feel more that if someone else gets inspired to do something similar, then by all means, do it. I mean, they would probably get inspired to do that once I have released my pattern anyway, if that's the case. And I don't see this as a competition. I see every other yarn dyer and pattern maker more as a colleague of mine, and that we are all kind of contributing to, I don't know, make the world a more creative place maybe. So I don't mind sharing my ideas and thoughts and stuff with you while I'm working on them, or even before I have actually started working on them, because if they inspire you, then that's what I want. That's really what I want. I want to be able to inspire you, and if that happens when I share my early projects, awesome. That's fantastic. And speaking of that, I am like I said, I just finished the festival weekend. I came home rather late last night. Still feeling it a lot today, and kind of just a little bit starting to planning for the next festival that will be in late October this year in Stockholm. And I want to, I don't know, this is the second one I did, so the next one will be the third, and I have so many ideas for the booth, and I would love to have a bigger booth next time. Hopefully I will be able to do that as well. And I wanted to be, I know someone who came up to me to my booth this weekend. I'll insert a picture here for you somewhere in here so you can see what it looks like. But someone came up to me and they were like, oh, this is like a candy store. And that's kind of the feeling that I want to convey when I am at a festival. I want it to feel like you're stepping into not a yarn store, but into a candy store of yarns, place of inspiration and kind of not outrageous, but I don't know, stepping into a circus, a yarny circus. That's the feeling I want you to get when you come up to me and visit my booth and my yarns and everything. I want it to be like a circus, a carnival, kind of, yeah, that's what I'm going for. So I want to go even further for the next one, and I'll probably go even further for each one for years to come, or however long I will be doing that thing, because I have a lot of fun planning the booth as well. And now, since I am a fairly new business when it comes to these things, I'm kind of just testing the waters and you know, winging my way through it with the stuff I basically already had at home, and I didn't really buy anything for the booth yet. But I am planning on doing that this year, and to make a really, really awesome display for this fall. So if you're in Stockholm in late October, last weekend of October, do come by. I would love to see you, and I would love to hear what you think about the booth that I am creating then. I want it to be a little bit of magic and a little bit of circus and a lot of happy and a whole lot of creative ideas and inspiration and stuff. So really excited about that. I'm having a sneak peek here at my very, very, very short list of notes for this podcast. It's been a lot about, it's everything this past week has been about a festival. So like I said, I haven't made much, and I didn't have the opportunity to buy a lot at the festival. I did try to have a little sneak peek at the other vendors in the morning before we opened, but it was really difficult to find a time for that. So it was hard to find time to buy stuff, and that's a downside of doing this on your own or being alone in a booth, because you can't leave it. So I can't, you know, take off and take a 15 or 20 minutes to go walk around and go shopping with the other vendors. But I did see a lot of cool stuff that I would love to have, and I will be doing some online shopping as well. I saw this amazing business called, I think, Beware. They had you know, like fabrics and laces and everything for underwear, which is something that I am really interested in making. I love lingerie. I do. I really love it. And I always said that it's the one thing that I actually enjoy shopping for. But I would really, really like to make some as well. And they had such amazing things. There were also several vendors that had amazing fabrics that I would like to get. And there was this one booth that had ribbons, all kinds of amazing ribbons, and I could have been shopping there for an hour easily. Just give me all this. I want all of those. And there were buttons, and there were amazing stuff there. And I'm a slightly bummed that I didn't get the opportunity to shop a little bit more than I actually did, but there you go. That's what happens. I still had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of people. I met such amazing people. I had a lot of vendors that came up to me and showed me what they were making for themselves, like their private projects, which was so much fun to watch. And I had people just being happy in general, coming up and, you know, checking out what I got and just talking and sharing thoughts and ideas and inspirations. And I saw, and the sweaters I saw. I saw another eggshell, actually, that was really cool. It was kind of not as dark blue as mine, and she had, instead of having like the yellow like for the moons and the pattern color, she had used like this pale almost minty green from, oh shoot, I forgot where she got it from. She told me. It was so cool. It was really awesome sweater. So it's a lot of fun to see another version of that. I saw several Sunset Highways and Zweigs as well, and there was a lot of really nice things to watch for that people were wearing as well. There was this one woman who had this absolutely amazing hat that made me want to start wearing hats, which would be so unpractical for me, but, or actually I think I would rather just, I would love to make it. I would love to make a hat. It would be so much fun. I petted some very nice sewing machines that I would love to have someday. Maybe I will be able to buy a new one on the next festival this fall, because I am starting to need a new sewing machine, and I'll be talking more about that in my sewing sewcast, if that's a word, I don't know, sewing podcast, which will, by the way, if you are watching those, that will be a bit late as well, because that is supposed to be posted Tuesday morning, and I will probably not have it up until that late Tuesday evening instead. So I'll get back to that whole sewing machine thing there. And I had, there was this American woman that came up to me, and we started talking and everything. And it turns out she was a representative for Walmart for somehow, and she was doing a feature on what was trending over here. I don't know if it was just Sweden or in like Scandinavia or something, but she wanted to add me into, or my yarns into her feature, which was very cool. Looking forward to that. So amazing weekend, met such amazing people, and the people arranging this entire festival are amazing people in ways I cannot even explain in this video. And I am so grateful for a lot of things and a lot of issues that they helped me solve. It's forever grateful. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let's wrap it up right here so that I can get to rendering this video and get it uploaded for you. And from this week on, we will be back to the normal schedule again, and I will be posting on Sunday mornings as usual. I hope you've had a lovely week and a lovely weekend, and if you were at the Stockholm Sewing and Crafts Festival this weekend and came by to say hi, let me know. It would be so much fun to connect even on YouTube. I will leave the links below for the things that I've been talking about, the earth yarns. I'll leave the link for them below, and where you can follow me on Instagram and my blog and all those things. And feel free to follow me on YouTube as well, to subscribe to my channel. I would love that. And yeah, that's it. I'm losing daylight by the second right now, so I'm going to wrap this up really quickly while you can still see me. And yeah, Have a lovely, lovely a lovely, lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye!